we gotta talk about macOS Monterey. Monterey. How did they pronounce it? I don't know. Anyway, last night was Apple's WWDC, Worldwide Developer Conference, and oh boy, there's a lot to talk about. So let's get right into it. So, the first one is iOS 15, which I think it got the most updates. Like almost every app on iOS 15 got a huge update. Let's start with the first one that got a major revamp in the FaceTime. Firstly, spatial audio has been introduced in FaceTime, so which means now when you're talking with someone on FaceTime, it will sound way more natural and an overall better sound quality. Secondly, there's voice isolation, which uses machine learning to distinguish between speaker's voice and ambient noise. So this means it will separate the speaker's voice from all the background noise, and it will focus more on the speaker's voice rather than on the background noise. And then we've got wide spectrum. This is like, basically it is the opposite of voice isolation. So instead of blocking out background noise, it picks up every sound in the surrounding. So which means every little noise and sound, it picks it up. They've introduced portrait mode to FaceTime. I don't know how effective that will be. We'll have to see it in action. And the biggest update for FaceTime by far is the ability to open it in your Android or Windows browser. So a friend or a family member can share a link to you, and if you have a Windows system or an Android phone, you can click on the link and open FaceTime from the browser. That's nuts. And then we have Share Play, which lets you share your screen or movies you are watching or music with people you are on call with on FaceTime. So which means if you can watch movies together, listen to music together. Other people can add music, other people can pause or play the music and add to queue and stuff like that. That's amazing. That's a big ups to you, Apple. Big ups. And then we've got messages, which it got a bit of a redesign. And then the biggest one by far is the shared with you feature, where it automatically downloads whether it is news, photos, or even email. I think maybe it creates a new shared with you section in apps like photos, music, news. So when someone shares something with you, it automatically downloads instead of you going to the messages and opening it and downloading it. So it automatically downloads into the share with you section, whether it is news, photos, or music. We've also got a new productivity update for all the productivity geeks out there, the focus mode, which means instead of just putting your phone on do not disturb, you can select from different profiles or different status, whether you are in work or personal or something else. You can create a focus mode. You can delete a focus mode. I think that's something I added. But basically the way it works, you can select which contacts and which notifications you want to see from using the specific status you are using at the current time. Those are a lot of words. We've also got notification summary, which uses on-device intelligence, as they say it, to summarize all your notifications that you want to see later in the day, and bring up the priorities, the prioritized notifications, the urgent ones and urgent messages and calls. It brings it up, and the less relevant ones, it takes them down. I don't know how effective that would be, because even the app library, even though right now there's a bit of an update in the app library, but even the app library is a bit wonky, in my opinion. There are a lot more updates that they brought to the iOS 15, like live text, which uses AI to recognize text from photos, photos in Spotlight, and wallets, and a lot more, maps, weather. So let's move on. iPadOS 15. I'm not gonna spend much time in this. Basically, there are The updates are widgets on the home screen, app library, Swift Playground. There's one though that I want to talk about, which is building apps from your iPad. I don't know how. I'm not an iOS developer. I've never coded with Swift, but I don't know how this will be. Even though with the introduction with the M1, it's a pretty powerful tablet, to be honest. But I don't know how that will turn out to be. We'll have to wait and see iOS developers try it first and see and hear from them before we can say anything. New multitasking tools like split screen and a lot more. Translate is now available on iPad, and with even an upgrade, Auto Translate, which automatically translates your conversation with other people without the need to press on a button or anything. Another update on the iPad is Quick Notes, which lets you take notes from anywhere, whether from your browser. You can even open a note from anywhere, just from the bottom corner, I think. Just drag it and it will open a small note window. That would be a very helpful productivity feature. And as you know, we can't have an Apple event without something about privacy. So there are a couple of new privacy features in Mail and Safari. The first one is Mail Privacy Protection, which hides your IP address, hides your location, and hides if you open emails. You know, all those marketing emails that will be tracking your conversion rate and opening rate. It will hide it from those marketers. App Privacy Report, which is a way to see how apps are using your data on your phone and computer and iPad. And a Siri upgrade. Siri is, I have not had a very pleasant experience with Siri, so I don't know what to really say about this, but they're posting new features using the neural engine, and you can use it offline with no internet, so everything will be on your phone, on your device. So in privacy, we have iCloud, which has account recovery, which is a way for you to add contacts that can help you recover your account if maybe you lost access to your account. You can recover your account through them. Legacy contacts, which can access your iCloud information. There are contacts that you give access to your information. Yes. And then the biggest iCloud update, which is iCloud Plus. It provides you with stuff like private relay, which encrypts your browsing data. I think, if you ask me, this is more like a VPN. They're just sugarcoating it, stuff like, we all know Apple. More like VPN, since it encrypts your browsing data, hides your location, hides your IP. It's basically, let's say, VPN on steroids. Hide My Email, which lets you hide your email when you're on sites or forums that you don't want to share your personal email address. But as far as I'm concerned, Hide My Email was already a thing on iOS and Mac OS, on the whole Apple OS ecosystem, because I know I've used it a couple of times. Probably because maybe this is a way more advanced feature. We'll see. More HomeKit support, which allows you to connect unlimited cameras. I don't know what to say about that. I'm not a HomeKit user. But the biggest shocker here is all these features are on iCloud Plus and with no additional fee. That's a no-brainer. That is a boss move there by Apple. And then we got more updates on Apple Health, a new trainer that they made a big deal about, and you can share your health information with your family members, get trends about you or your family members' health issue when there's a spike or something like that. And then the MVP of the event, Mac OS Monterey. Mac OS Monterey. Got all the new major features from iPhone, like FaceTime, messages, share, play, and stuff like that. And most major features from iPad, like Quick Note. That's the only one I can remember, Quick Note. But a major update is universal control. This is, how will I explain this? This is basically Sidecar on steroids. This is Sidecar on high drugs. Like, to be able to move your mouse cursor from your iPad to your MacBook to your iMac seamlessly, drag apps and documents across your devices without needing to switch your mouse or keyboard. That is the MVP of that. I know I said macOS Monterey is the MVP of the event, but this universal control is the MVP of the whole event. Like, this is just that's all I can say about that. We've also finally gotten AirPlay on Mac. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Like, being able to just play something from my iPhone to my Mac. I've been waiting for this like for a long time, and we finally gotten it. Shortcuts on Mac. I know there's Automator. I've never used it. I know a little bit of how it works, but I've never tried it. But Shortcuts is a whole new level because it brings Automator. It brings an easier form of Automator, but like at a higher level. So you can do more than what you can do with Automator, but with easier barrier to entry, with lower barrier to entry. And Safari, like at this point, Safari gets an update every year, every WWDC. But this is different. It got a whole new redesign, and when I mean redesign, not like last year from Catalina to Big Sur. This is a whole new redesign. Now tabs can take the color of the websites they are in. Tab groups has been a thing for a while in Chrome and Brave browser. I don't know about Firefox, but I think Chrome, Brave browser, and Edge tab groups have been a thing for a while. But the one in Safari that came is a little bit different. I've been using for the past like 5 months now. I've been using an extension called Workona, and basically it does the same thing that Workona does in terms of tab grouping. So it groups your tabs in terms of workspaces. That's what it does, and that's what the new Safari does also. The last feature is web extensions to iOS, Safari on iOS and Safari on iPad. So now you can use all your browser extensions from your Mac on your iPad and iPhone. That's a pretty good thing. I'll say it's good. But let's talk about that. macOS Monterey wallpaper. That thing is gorgeous. That thing is beautiful. I can't wait to try it out. Other updates that were announced on the event are new APIs, Swift features, new App Store features, object capture, Xcode Cloud, test flight on a Mac. So now you, as a developer or as a beta tester, you can test Mac apps using test flights. Developers can also add several product pages for their apps for A/B testing, and they can add in-app events, which is a new feature for apps that usually conduct events. So you can just join in from the products page. And that's it. Those are all the updates from WWDC. God, there are a lot. Like, I skipped a lot of stuff, because if not, this video will be like a 30-minute video, maybe even more than. But that's it for this video. Make sure to like to like the video before you leave and subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time. Peace.